I'm back. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Effy, which if you've forgotten my name, that is completely understandable because once again I disappeared off the face of the internet. And once again I am doing a video explaining where I have been. If you told me this time last year that I would have filmed 2 of these this year, I probably would have laughed because I was very into my YouTube this time last year, and unfortunately that has just completely disappeared this year, but I'm trying to get back on track. So like I said, today is just going to be a standard get ready with me. I'm going to do a pink look to match my t-shirt. It's going to be standard products, nothing new. I will chat about products, but I will also tell you where I have been again. Just a trigger warning. There is a little bit of loss in the family that I'm going to be talking about, so if you're not in a position where you are ready to hear about that, that's absolutely fine. I completely understand. I don't know if I'm in a position to talk about it yet, but I'm going to do my best and hopefully we don't cry and ruin the makeup. But yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, please do just keep on watching. If it doesn't sound interesting to you, or if you simply can't listen to it right now, I completely understand. I have a hair somewhere on my face, that's why I keep touching my face and my hair. But if you don't want to watch the video, that's completely understandable. There will hopefully be a video next week because I'm going to try and come back once a week. We'll see how that goes. It didn't last very long last time, but hopefully it lasts a little bit longer this time. But other than that, let's get into it. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a pity thumbs up because this video is probably going to do badly because I haven't posted in ages. But please give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, how your past few months have been. I've missed catching up with some of you guys. So yeah, drop me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what videos you want to see because I'm struggling for ideas. But let me know. But other than that, let's get on with the video. So I'm going to be starting with primer, and I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I don't know why I'm starting with primer. I normally start with my eyes. I might move on to my eyes in a minute. So where have I been yet again? So I sort of didn't film at the start of the year. I then came back for a little bit and then left again. The first time I left, it was because I was just fatigued with makeup. Like I just didn't have the energy to do it. But now I do have a bit more energy for it, and I did have a bit more energy for it. But then I sort of went back to exam. I'm going to actually now carry on with my eyes, and I'm going to use the Beauty Bay Eye Base in shade 2. This isn't really a tutorial, so I'm not really going to be like massively showing you in depth what I'm doing, but it's just a fun, not running my eyebrow, it's just a fun get ready with me to ease me back into filming. So like I said, I went back to exams. Now if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I am currently studying for my ACA, which is a chartered accountancy qualification, and I have to do it as part of my job. I work in the financial sector. I have to be ACA trained and qualified, and I'm essentially 2.5 years into the 3-year period that I do all of my exams. There are 15 exams in total. I have done and completely passed 12 of them, and the last 3 are known as advanced levels, and that is what I'm currently sitting. In fact, I sat one today and I sat one yesterday, and a 3rd one is in November, so that's why I'm filming again, because I have freedom. I'm going to use the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer palette. I'm going to be using the pink side. Isn't it beautiful? But basically I just wanted to give this palette another go. I haven't used it since I tested it like last year, so I thought I would give it a go. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so that's great. But yeah, like I said, I had exams start back up again, and I thought I would be able to deal with it, but these exams, because they're like the professional levels, they're a little bit harder, a little more intense, a little bit more work is needed, so I just sort of got a little bit bogged down. Like I was in, we call it college, which is where you go and like actually learn the content for the exams, and then you have like, and then you have like a few weeks where you go back to work, and then you have a recap session, which is usually only a couple of days, and then you have a few more weeks, and then you do the revision session, which is a couple of weeks, and then you sit the exam. So the like taught phase started in like April, I think, so I was just a bit overwhelmed with it all. But also in my last one of these videos I did mention that me and my ex broke up at the start of December. I'm now seeing somebody new. He's great. We met at work. But also it just means that I'm sort of busy with him a lot of weekends. In fact, I think I'm filming this on the 18th of July, and I think I worked out that I have this weekend free because he's away on holiday, and then I literally don't have a free weekend until September. Like, I don't have a full free weekend at all until September because we just have so many plans. I also have plans with like friends and stuff. So yeah, just very, very busy. And then we get on to a bit sadder of news. So basically, I was told that my nan was going to go back to chemotherapy. She had cancer, unfortunately. It wasn't like particularly killing her, but it was making life a lot more difficult, and if we could get it fixed with chemotherapy, she wanted to get it fixed with chemotherapy. She did try chemotherapy a few years ago, and it really, really, really didn't agree with her. Like, it made her so ill. It was actually kind of horrible to watch her go through that. It was really painful for me and my brother. But yeah, so she stopped doing it, and then she took a break, and then sort of things changed and she decided to go back to it. She called me and told me that she was going back to it, and honestly I wasn't thrilled because of what had happened the first time. But she was a lot more hopeful about it, and she seemed in a lot better spirits about it, so me and my brother sort of decided that, you know what, if this is what she wants, then this is what she wants, and we were going to be supportive. Obviously at this time I was sort of well into my revision for my exams, so me and my brother sort of came to the conclusion that he would call my granddad every time my nan had a chemotherapy session and get an update from my granddad and talk to my nan and make sure that she's doing okay. And then he would then give me an update via like text message or like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, so that I didn't have to particularly worry too much. I could sort of get on with my exams and just get the updates. And we sort of made the deal that, like, if something goes wrong, if I need to come home, no matter what's going on, you call me, you tell me, and I'll come home. So that was the deal, and he stuck to his deal, to be fair. My nan went for her first chemo session and it went really well. Like, I think she had the chemo on the Friday. My brother called her on the Monday or the Tuesday, spoke to me on the Tuesday, was like, look, I spoke to Nan, she's absolutely fine, she's full of beans, like, she's eating. And my granddad took her out to the seafront. They live by the coast, so like my granddad took her out on the seafront. They had a really nice day. I spoke to her, my brother spoke to her, she was absolutely fine. So basically that was the Tuesday that I spoke to my brother. I remember because I was in the office at work when I was talking to him, and everything was fine. And then I got a phone call from my granddad on the Thursday morning being like, Nan died this morning. And I was like, you what? I was on my way to work, I was with my boyfriend, we were literally in Costa, I was getting my morning coffee and I missed the call, so I immediately like left and called my granddad back, and I was like, what's going on? And he's like, Nan died this morning. I was like, yeah, you what, mate? And he's like, yeah, so she was fine when my brother spoke to her, and then like the Tuesday evening or and it might have even been the Wednesday, on the Wednesday she sort of got some pain in her chest and her shoulder, and they called the doctor, and the doctor came to look at her and they were like, oh, she's got chest infection, we'll give her some medication for it and it'll be fine. And then apparently like she woke up in the middle of the night pretty much unable to breathe. Very stressful situation. My granddad was performing CPR on her, trying to call an ambulance. I feel so sorry for my granddad, like, because I could not imagine how horrible that must have been for him. If you've seen my videos from the very, very start, I think I said in my first video, like, I got asked a question like, who do you look up to? And I said my nan, because my nan was my absolute world. She took me in when I was 14 years old. She took my brother in. My brother's older than me, but she took him in when he was 13. So he lived with her a little bit longer than I did. She completely raised us. Even though she took us in when we were teenagers, she definitely raised us. Neither of us would be where we are today if it wasn't for her. And my granddad, obviously. But yeah, so it was a bit of a shock. Like I said, thankfully, I was with my boyfriend at the time. He was like immediately, even though we just got pretty much to work, he was like, let's get in a taxi, I'll take you home, like, don't panic, he was like, you need to text your line manager, who in work is the person that is like my go-to if I have any problems. So I immediately text my line manager as I look, I am not working. Thankfully, a lot of people at work know that I'm very close with my grandparents, and I think my line manager and maybe some other managers know that I basically lived with my grandparents up until I came to university. So thankfully that wasn't an issue at all. My line manager was very understanding. She's like, look, yeah, take today, it was a Thursday, she was like, take today off, take tomorrow off, and we'll go from there. Like, I'm really sorry to hear about your loss, but don't worry about work. My boyfriend also contacted his line manager, and he was able to then work from home on the Thursday and take the Friday off completely. While my boyfriend was working, he was actually working in here, and I was in my bedroom crying most of the day. But while he was working in here, he was like, look, this person's messaged and asked if you're alright, this person's messaged and asked if you're alright. So I am really thankful that everyone at work was so understanding and caring. We're going in with the MUA Pro Base because I haven't used this in a while. But yeah, so work were really great about it. I think I went back to work on the Tuesday, and yeah, that was just a lot, like I think I just basically cried for like 4 or 5 days. My boyfriend was absolutely fantastic. I don't think I would have got through it as well as I did without him. I mean, I didn't get through it that well, still not, but we carry on. But I definitely wouldn't have got through it as well as I did without him. Obviously a lot of my friends were very concerned. In fact, when I logged onto my work laptop just to like message the client and my manager to say that I wasn't working, a few of my friends had already been like, why isn't Effy online? I think they meant it as like a joke, like, she's slacking or what? But then one of my friends messaged me privately. We have like internal messaging, and he was like, look, are you okay? And I was like, I'll WhatsApp you. So I WhatsApped him. I was like, look, my nan died this morning. I also messaged like a couple of my other friends, like really close friends from work, to let them know. I messaged a few of my close friends from like outside of work just to tell them, because obviously all of my friends know how close I am to my nan and how important she is to me, so it's like they would obviously want to know, so I told them. Going in with the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer in 01 Porcelain. But yeah, so I just was not living my best life for a good couple of weeks, and bearing in mind at this time I was meant to be revising for exams. I had my exams coming up. They're still quite a while away, but I was meant to be doing a lot more revision than I was, because I was doing no revision, which wasn't ideal. But it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to force myself to revise when I literally can't even stop crying. Her funeral was then on the 8th of July? 8th of June? Something like that. So my boyfriend took me home for that. It was kind of a good thing but a bad thing, because my boyfriend hasn't met my family before this, and he's never met my nan, which is really sad. Like, I think that's one of the saddest parts of it, is that like I don't think I think that me and him are gonna potentially, hopefully, go the distance and like end up together forever. Like, that's my hope, because he is amazing, but it's kind of sad that he will never get to meet my nan. But he met my granddad, he met my brother, he met my great uncle, which are like my other most important family members. He also met like my mum's partner. If you didn't know, my mum also passed away nearly 2 years ago now. So yeah, it was good that he could meet her partner, because he's very important to me. He's been in my life since I was a kid. So yeah, but obviously it was kind of sad but happy, and he was amazing. Like, he sorted out our accommodation, because we stayed in a hotel instead of having to stay with my granddad. He also, like, on the day he was absolutely great. Like, he spoke to everybody, because I didn't really feel like talking to everybody. Obviously, like, a lot of my nan's friends were there at her funeral, which is to be expected. She was a lovely woman, a lot of people loved her. So a lot of her friends were there, and obviously a lot of them wanted to talk to like me and my brother, and they were all very sweet and very kind. But once we got out of the funeral service, what normally happens, or at least what's happened at all the funerals I've attended, is that like the close family relatives sort of like stand and like thank everybody for coming, and then they all go to, and then everyone goes to like the wake where there's like food and drinks and stuff, and everyone relaxed a little bit. But while I was stood there, like obviously all of my nan's friends wanted to come and talk to me, and which is understandable because my nan talks about me a lot, or she did at least. She talks about me and my brother a lot. She's very proud of both of us, and that's all that everybody kept saying to me. They were just like, your nan was so proud of you. She loved you and your brother so much, which I really appreciate. It was really nice to hear. But honestly, every time I heard it, I just started crying all over again. Like, I'd been alright, and like, actually no, I wasn't. Like, I cried immediately. Like, as soon as the service started, I was crying my eyes out. But yeah, it was just really nice for everybody to sort of say how much I meant to my nan, because it's true, I did mean a lot to her, and she meant a lot to me. And obviously it was really nice for my boyfriend to hear that as well. He was like, you could tell how proud your nan was of you. No, I'm welling up, stop it. But yeah, it was really nice. It was a really nice funeral actually. It was probably in a weird, oh that's just taken off my nose. In a weird way, it was probably like the nicest funeral I've been to. I'm now going in with the I Heart Revolution Scented Loose Baking Powder in Peach. But yes, it was a lot. And then I also had like the rest of that week off, and then on the Saturday me and my boyfriend went to a friend's wedding, which was obviously a very big change of pace, but it was like a work friend that we both absolutely love. So I had a lot of work friends around me, which was really nice. It was great weather. Honestly, it was what I kind of needed after what had gone on. And it was so nice to be part of his day. It wasn't actually his like wedding day, so basically he got married the day before and had like a party on the Saturday, so we went to the party bit, which was really, really nice. It was actually a really nice day. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Now going in with the Doll Beauty Prettify blush in Dolliday. But yeah, so I had a few weeks of basically doing nothing and being sad, and then I was sort of like, and I know this is going to sound really heartless, but it's just the way I deal with things. I sort of had to like ignore the fact that my nan was dead. Like, if I started thinking about nan being dead, I would cry and I wouldn't get any work done. So I was like, if it pops into my mind, I'm just going to say, no, nan's fine, she's at home, and ignore it. Admittedly, the past few days in the run up to exams, as I've got more and more stressed, it's been harder and harder to ignore it. Bronzer is the Rude Cosmetics Go for Bronze in the shade I Gave It My All. So yeah, admittedly, it has been harder to ignore the past few days, mainly because like I was getting really stressed and really worked up about my exams, and I was just sat there and I was like, if Nan were here, I would have called her by now and she would have told me that everything was okay and she would have made me feel better about it. But obviously I couldn't do that. Again, my boyfriend was really, really great about everything. He was like, look, I know it's not the same, but I can tell you that you're going to do fine and everything's going to be okay. And I was like, it's not the same. But thank you. So yeah, that was really hard. And I think that, just coupled with all the stress of exams, I've been rather depressed, which is kind of a theme. It's not great. It's really not great. But obviously you can't help how you feel in these situations, and I just sort of rolled with it. I had to get myself through the exams. That was the main thing. I just had to get through exams, and that's all that mattered. Today's exam went better than yesterday's exam. In my opinion, yesterday's exam I really didn't like it. Today's went fine, but either way, I don't have to care for a few weeks. I get the results in like 5 or 6 weeks. Annoyingly though, I start the like taught phase of my next exam before I get the results for these exams, which is kind of frustrating. But it's fine. I have loads of really good plans between now and then. Brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Precise My Brow Pencil in shade 3.5. What is next? I'm going to finish up the eyes, do my lower lash line. I see this girl on TikTok that I absolutely love, and she does her eye makeup and then she goes, you don't look weird with eyeshadow under your eyes, you're just not used to it. And I completely agree. I always do eyeshadow under my eyes. I realise it's not really the done thing anymore. Everyone just sort of leaves their under eyes blank. But I don't. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm exam free for a few weeks, and even like the next exam is a very different sort of exam. It's not something you can like massively prepare for, because it's called case. It's like a case study, so you're given like information on a company and then you answer questions on it, but there's not loads of prep work you can really do for it. There is some, obviously, and I will still do that, but there's not loads. So I'm hoping that I should be able to keep up with filming for a little bit, given that like I have so many plans. I am planning to film all weekend this weekend. I have a girls' night on Friday. I'm going to my friend's house and we're just going to eat pizza and drink wine, and that'll be really, really nice because I need it. My boyfriend is currently away actually. He's on holiday. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm seeing him on Tuesday. I'm just going in with the NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Pink Spirit. I'm going to cut this bit out because I hate watching people do this, and I imagine I'm not the only one. So to save all of us, I'm just going to cut it out of the video. There we go, nice and pink. Yeah, so hopefully I will have time to film a bit more. I also want to come back to TikTok. I also posted a few shorts actually on YouTube and they did quite well. Like they got over 1,000 views, which is a lot for me. So I might sort of look into doing that a little bit more. Although the only thing that's annoying with shorts is that they can only be a minute long. And I was going to use a bunch of my TikToks, but they're all over a minute long. So I might just film separate content. Going in with the Lottie London Super Fake Mascara. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. It's been a long few months, and it's like a lot has gone on. Like for me, they're very life-changing things that have happened. So yeah, it's just been a lot, and I've just been very busy, very stressed. I kind of only had the brain capacity to sort of focus on exams. I didn't really have the time to think about filming. I also am now back in the gym. I did quit the gym for a little bit because I just didn't have time for it. But then I sort of figured out that actually I kind of need it for my own sanity. But things like this are what I need to make myself like feel normal again. And it's sort of like fake it till you make it. I won't feel normal until I'm normal, but I can't be normal unless I act like I'm normal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to quickly pop on some lashes. I'm going to use these ones, which are the Artitude Cosmetics doll lashes. I don't know if they're going to be too big for this look, but I don't care. I actually wore lashes out and about. I went to like a work event, which sounds more fun than it was. It was like a work party. It was like our summer party. I went to that and I wore lashes and I was like, oh, I miss wearing lashes. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. Lashes are on. It wasn't because of the lashes, even though this one will not move and I accidentally stuck it in the wrong place. My boyfriend actually called. It was very nice of him. He's away on holiday and he just called me before he went for a shower and out for dinner. Now it's time to pick a lip. All of my lip products are currently in here. Because I'm trying to film a thing on TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, you would have seen I did like a random Made by Mitchell blush thing. I'm trying to do the same with my lipsticks. What that means is that all my lipsticks are currently in here, and it's not very convenient because I can't really see what I have. I might just go for this pink. This is a Primark lipstick. It doesn't have a shade name. Nope, but it's bright pink. Might be too bright. That is very, very, very bright. I might go for a bit of a darker lip liner first, actually. Yeah, we'll go for this one. This is the Barry M lip liner in dark pink. Yeah, that's a bit better. I mean, it's still going to be way too bright. But there we go. I think that's sort of everywhere and I've been and everything that's gone on in the past few months. There we go. That is the full update on where I've been in the past few months and what I've been up to. I'm sorry it was a bit of a sad video. This lip is very bright. I'm just going to look at you guys. I'm sorry it was a bit of a sad video. I hope you guys understand why I maybe haven't been up to filming recently, but I am hoping to come back to it. I really do miss it. Like, I was talking to my boyfriend, I was like, I just need something creative to do, otherwise I'm going to suffocate from my boring job and boring exams. So yeah, I am hoping to be back now and just get back into the swing of it. I do have some testing videos coming up. I have a testing W7 makeup video I have a testing just random full face of new stuff. I'm going to finish my declutters. I promised you I will finish them. In fact, I might film those this weekend. I'm also going to film the videos I just spoke about this weekend. So yeah, I promise I'm going to try my best to come back, and I really will try my best, and because I do enjoy it and I do miss it, so I do want to come back. And also it's sort of like, as I've been spending so much time working towards exams and things like that, I've realised that at the end of the day, finance isn't my passion. YouTube and makeup is my passion. I really do love it. If I could have this as my job, I would in a heartbeat. So it's, in my mind, I'm like, why am I putting so much effort into something that I don't enjoy because it pays the bills is the answer, but then putting zero effort into the thing that I have a genuine passion about. So yeah, my hope is to start coming back and actually putting in a lot more effort. We'll see how it goes. That was a long video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up. Like I said at the start, please give me a pity thumbs up because I need it, because this video is going to do terribly. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think of the look. It's very pink, it's very Barbie. The Barbie film comes out soon. I'm actually going to go see it with my boyfriend next Tuesday when he gets back from his holiday. So it's very Barbie-esque, which I quite like. And also it was very easy to do, really good palette. Other than that, hopefully I will see you next week in a brand new video. And then the week after, and the week after that, and the week after that. It'll be great, I promise. But yes, I'll let you go now. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.